My case study this week is on Mount Tambora it's in Indonesia. It happened in 1815. Again, this happened April 10th, 1815 in Sumbawa, Indonesia. The eruption lasted anywhere from 6 to 3 years. I got this from two different sources. They couldn't narrow it down. There was a VEI of 7, which is just like a Richter scale for those earthquakes. It was a high intensity eruption. Type of event. This is Mount Tambora is an active stratovolcano, and active stratovolcanoes are constructed over hundreds or thousands of years. It takes time for these eruptions to happen. They're formed with steep sides with layered lava and ash. As you can see here, this is actually Mount Tambora. Again, this is an explosive eruption. That's what happens when you have a active volcano. And then there's a central vent for depositing the material inside of the volcano. So there's so much pressure built up down here that it needs to come out the central vent because there's only one. That is what makes these explosions so hazardous, because there's so much pressure building up over years and years and years that it just comes out the top so high. It shoots up, which is why this is so dangerous. Cause of the melt and the frequency of eruptions. Mount Tambora is placed on a convergent boundary at the Eurasian and Australian plates, which is a subduction zone because the Australian plate moves underneath the Eurasian plate in that convergent boundary, and the subduction zone that is there did cause this explosion. It was an explosive eruption, and the Mount Tambora erupted 3 times prior to the 1815 eruption in April. I did have difficulty finding any more information on this. The associated hazards and effects. This eruption created pumice rafts in the water surrounding Indonesia, which was just that magma and that lava that went into the waters surrounding the volcano, which made it very, very difficult for ships to get in and out. It was a sailing hazard for a very long time after. An umbrella of volcanic ash covered Southeast Asia for a week, which caused a volcanic winter because of how heavy the ash was in the air. And the volcanic winter did start some food shortages. And because of this eruption, 92,000 people died. Rainfall was down 4% after the eruption, which is quite a lot. There just was no precipitation because of all of the ash that was in the air and the economic damage. Businesses were lost, homes were lost, lives were lost. The prevention of eruption. You cannot prevent a volcano the same way you can't prevent an earthquake or the rain. But in order to be prepped, you're going to research where you're living. And if you're already living in a town that has these hazards, you already know the safety prep. So what you would do is you would seek shelter indoors, avoid those low-lying areas and streams. Do not drive in heavy ashfall. It will get in your vents and you will be unable to breathe. Protect yourself from that flying ash. We don't want third-degree burns. You want to move up slope and have some safety prep. You want to have some flares, some radios, some medicine, water, obviously flashlights, that kind of stuff. And here are my links.